All right, so Friday, everything's squeezed up. Silver had a monumental day, plus 10 point something percent, but the miners didn't move. That was annoying. Today, we reversed the whole thing pretty much. I don't know what pissed me off more. I was wondering, I think a few of you were wondering, what are the miners going to do today? Are they going to make up for Friday? Honestly, it's as if Friday never happened because today they moved down kind of in line with the way you'd expect the miners to move on a day like today where silver gets absolutely butchered. Maybe they didn't go down as much as they otherwise would have. I noticed in other markets things kind of adjusted. Friday wasn't even trading. I looked at the London Stock Exchange. There were quite a few stocks that, they were down today, but they were up on Friday, but London wasn't trading on Friday, so they kind of were up a little bit overall. So there were some markets where they were forced to ignore Friday, but they kind of compensated today. But not the case for us, for the miners. Now, gold, absolute smash. It is back at support, right? It did come back to breakout zone 4,380 slash a little bit below. You got the ascending. It kind of makes sense that we should have support here. Honestly, I think we're just going to go all the way back up and break out. I do actually think that's going to happen. Maybe it just stays down 1 or 2 extra days just to make it look like it's going to, technically flush some more, but I just think we're going to reverse and go up. Basically, nice and simple for gold. And I think gold is the strongest of the two, something like that, but it'll happen a lot quicker. Things move fast. Silver, let's get straight to silver because that's the one that everyone's been looking at. Yeah, as we all know, during the early hours, we squeezed all the way up to 83.5-ish. All right, maybe it went differently for some, I don't know, spot market, futures market, whatever, but 83.5-ish. Down it goes, bounces, and these are the levels I'm looking at, but pretty much reversed, actually more than reversed, Friday's candle. It's as if it wasn't there. We did venture below, but where did we close? It's all about the close. We closed pretty much where we closed on, Wednesday, Thursday. It's almost as if it didn't happen, right? Is it a bearish candle? Yeah, yes, but no. It's almost as if you take away these two and we're kind of where we were on Wednesday. For me, it's almost as if nothing happened. The only annoying thing is, you look at the miners, something did happen, right? Let's go straight to the miners. Let's do SILJ. Let's get straight to it, right? So Wednesday, right? That's the day where it looks like we're sort of trading where Wednesday closed. If we just take a look at the way silver was, let's just go back to silver just so you see what I mean, right? Here's your Wednesday. This little adorable candle here doing nothing. Wednesday. Where are we trading now? We're just there. Basically Wednesday. So forget Friday, Thursday was off, and forget today. All right, let's do that. Let's look at Wednesday. Wednesday's here. We are now down there. So obviously the miners overall completely lost. That's your close on Wednesday. We're trading 5% below that on SILJ. It's okay. 5% is not the worst, but we didn't do any sort of gains on Friday, and now it's annoying, right? We lost out of those last 2 days. It was a big drop. Again, I think it could have been worse. You could have had SILJ minus 10% on a day like today. I mean, silver was down. I mean, look at palladium, by the way, just to change topic. And I'm in palladium, absolutely slaughtered. I only figured that out at the end because I only have a small holding and it's just palladium, but down 15%. That's way worse than silver. But yeah, if we just look at silver today, if we take it from the open to the close, right, there's your open, there's your close, minus 9%. And if you look at SILJ, minus 7. Is that compensating a little bit? A little bit. I think Friday was compensated a little bit. And if we do that Wednesday to Friday, we were minus 5%. Overall, we definitely lost. It was an injustice, but it could have been worse. I think now it's at the end. I think now we're sort of reset, right? So if tomorrow silver's up 2%, SILJ should be up 3.5. I think we're back to regular scheduled programming. I hope. All right, let me quickly cycle through the other miners. It's the same thing, right? And there's this little old support. These lines I haven't moved. I mean, do they still count a little bit? Maybe GDXJ, GDX. I mean, I have to redo them. I think the gold chart is probably the most important one when it comes to the GDX chart, at least. This one, yes, you've lost the ascending. And SIL, I'll revisit them later. It's not too important. It's more about what the metals do now. I mean, we are super bullish. We did just break out new highs in gold, new highs in silver, so I don't expect a big flush. I mean, silver just went a bit chaotic and there's a bit of adjusting across the board for that. Let me get straight to the portfolio where I did buy a little bit at the beginning of the day and a little bit at the end, just a Nico Eagle at the very end. But at the beginning on that big, I thought we were going to open and just go up on the miners. That's what I thought. Because the metals were kind of near low of day. I thought we would just bounce straight from the open. And we kind of did initially. There was this small sort of hesitancy for 5 minutes. Let me just go to 1 minute chart, if that even helps. Is that it? Yeah, that's it today. Yeah, okay, there was a small bounce and we went down. Not really. Anyway, I kind of bought the open, um, but I did it across quite a few stocks. So some of them I started to get a bit lower because they all kind of followed the same trajectory. Let me go back to the daily. So Newmont, I think it's okay. Not the worst candle. Kind of looks like GDX a little bit. I'm gonna have to redo some of these. Let me just keep it simple for now. This obviously used to be resistance. We went straight through. We're retesting. Remember the gold chart? We've come back down to kind of support. Should be short-term support. We could end up going. We should. We should end up just going back up. All right. We've got rid of this little weird 2 or 3 days of it's holiday. It's a squeeze. It's not a squeeze. Let's go back to the reasons we're going up, which is fundamental macroeconomic geopolitics only helps, but we're going to cut rates. We're going to have a new Fed chairman who's going to cut rates even more. The debt's going up, the deficit's going up. All the same reasons the central banks, foreign central banks, are buying, as far as I'm concerned. And these guys are printing money, and they're in some cases cheaper now than they were before gold took out 2000 because of the price of gold. They haven't caught up. So for me, the miners, more than the metals, but both need to go back up. So Newmont, I expect to basically crawl back up. And I don't think that's the worst, bit of a drop, go back up, and probably new highs early into 2026. Barrick, same sort of chart, had a really nice candle there on Friday. Down we go, but not much, really not much, right? I think that should make new all-time absolute highs. Look at the weekly. We should be trading at 60 already. So I think we're going to get there, but yeah, I think we're gonna get there. So slowly go back up. A Kaneko Eagle. You can see it's a bit weaker. I bought that kind of end of day 171. I remember that. I did so much buying today, all over the place. Nickel. What was I buying? Copper stocks, a lot of copper stocks. One gas stock. I was all over the place. Like 30 different stocks, ridiculous. Different exchanges. A Hong Kong stock. I don't even remember that. It's a bunch of numbers. That was a nickel stock. My goodness. Yeah, lots of commodities now. This Agnicom, one of the best stocks, probably the best. Some would say. I've heard what's his name again? Peter Schiff's Adrian Day saying Agnico Eagle is cheaper here on a relative PE cash flow, whatever you want to call it, relative basis than ages ago before gold even took out 2000. So when I saw Agnico down like almost 7%, there it is, 6.5. It was lower. I just bought it a little bit, little nibble in because I think gold's going to climb back up, you know. So it should be on support. It should go back up, and I don't think the dollar or even yields matter here. It's kind of like a magnet for $5,000. I think gold now. So that should eventually climb back up. Let's look at Pan American Silver. I always look at this one like it's some senior, but it's really a silver stock, even though it mines more gold. Anyway, I'll keep looking in the same chronology. This one smashed. It was down. This one I bought early on. I think it was the first stock I bought at the beginning. I think I bought it down almost 7%. Very strong silver stock. Silver at this point was smashed completely. You can see even now. I mean, I know we've seen it twice, but silver is really, you know, in some cases it could go a little low, but not much, drop below 70, little extra flush of $2 and then bounce. And then I think 2, 3 days later, you're going back up to the high 70s and Pan America will be way higher. So silver has taken a big hit and I think it's the worst is over. So Pan American, I expect to do like the others, just slowly climb back up and then boom, on the way to 60. Nothing's changed there. I think silver hits 100 next year, end of Q1. I don't know. I don't know when. I just think it hits 100, right? There's no point in guessing. Wheaton smash. This is a great one. Makes a lot of money out of silver, gold. It's just royalty, probably the best one. I nibbled a tiny bit, although it went lower after the nibble. This one actually dropped. I only noticed that later. like the others, right, could come back here and then slowly go back up. They're all following the same sort of trajectory. All these seniors that I'm following. Franco Nevada, that was a bit like Nico. It hadn't made a 52-week high. Down it went. This one I didn't buy, actually. Maybe I didn't have enough. I've got so many gold and silver stocks, like 35, 40 if I include the juniors. It's hard to buy them all. It's like, low of day, I think we're going to bounce. Okay, let me buy 25 stocks. I mean, even if you have the hotkeys, takes ages. So Franco, I just didn't get to buy. It's worth a lot already, so that's okay. Metalla, that I thought was green pre-market, if I'm not mistaken. And here we are, minus 7%, close at low of day. I didn't notice that. 3 minute chart. Yeah, close really at low of day. That's crazy. I didn't notice that. That looks like it wants to go a bit lower. What a shame. Maybe gold rising could, make that hold support because it's really on support. It looks like it wants to go a little lower. Ah, so be it, whatever. I am gold. Fair enough. Down 6 and a bit percent. Remind me, gold was down how much today? Yeah, 4. That's fair enough. 4 and a bit, I think. So I am gold. That makes sense. If you zoom out, this thing has just gone vertical. Look at the weekly chart. I mean, half the stocks have got the same sort of chart, but you know what I mean? It's just vertical. And I was thinking about it, like I'm buying because, all the reasons I said, it makes sense, but these are seriously vertical. I would never buy a stock like this normally with this type of chart, but okay, so that's okay. Equinox, bit weaker than IM Gold. Should have some support around here. Kind of in the middle of no man's land, just a bit off support. I just don't see the stocks going lower that much, even though they seem heavy and tired. And, gold's just made new highs. I know it's come back down, but it's on strong support. Like it's normal. You pop up and now you're gonna break back down, retest, and then up you go to basically 4,600, 700, 750, 800, 900, 5,000. It should be going up. Silver just did it too much, and that's this little squeeze and reverse squeeze adjustment has just messed up, the sentiment. I don't know, not the sentiment. It's just the chart is a little confused for 2 or 3 days. And I think we should resume the uptrend. B2 gold. I was saying 480 was a nice place to sell. I thought I could get it higher. Nope, it's still a bit weak. But if we reverse, I think we will go higher. I'm still not up for selling this one. Even if we revisit 480 quickly, I think I can get it higher. Not the worst stock to hold either. Good dividend and, long term it should be quite good. Harmony, this one got smashed, didn't it? 8% and 1%. One point I remember seeing 9%. Looks like it wants to come a bit lower. This is gonna have to redo the charts a little bit. I really thought we might be able to crack 22, but no, that's really your real 22 is your resistance now. But anyway, if gold reverses tomorrow, then we should start heading back up before we hit support. Aris Mining, that's another one that's really gone up non-stop. That's okay. It didn't go down too much, down 3% less than gold itself. I haven't heard news on this one in a while, but it's just super strong. So I'm just gonna hold. Just hold SBSW. This is more platinum palladium. This one got crushed today, but palladium got crushed 17%. So in this case, the miners outperformed back to resistance. At least I had it as resistance. Yes, I agree. 1430. Next stop is to reverse and go back up. I think platinum and palladium also just got hit onto support, so they should probably bounce tomorrow. A little innocent 3% at least. This should go back up. If we take out, well, 1583 is pretty much 16. There's really not many stops before 20. 20 is the next bit I really want to take up some profit. I might do a little nibble sell here and there, but it's really 20 where I might just take out half or something. Just say, okay, thank you, SBSW. I'm in at the low threes. My average is like 4 or something. It really is. All the way up to 20. I mean, if you're ever going to close a position, because I think that's the toughest part. When do you sell? Like I do little pathetic nibbles, little sells, little trims, right? Nibble on the way down, buy, trim on the way up, sell. Trims, when you do them pathetically weak like I do, they're easy. You can just do like 100 before you close your position. But at one point, I'm going to be up here. It's going to still be worth a lot because I'm just trimming, and as it goes up, the value goes up. At one point, I'm just gonna say, okay, sell, like out. And in my case, if I sell after 6 months from the last buy, pay zero tax. So that definitely I'll be checking that out. And my last buy was eight. My last meaningful buys, like the heavy ones, are down here. So that's for sure tax free. But I think I'll just close a position. Like, let me look at another platinum palladium play, or let me just go throw in copper or something. So SBSW, definitely as we near 20, I'm gonna try and get the courage I need to completely close position, or I'll get someone else to do it for me if I find it so difficult. Okay, First Majestic. This one is okay, down 4%. That's not that bad, right? Silver's down, what was it? 8, 9% or something. So that's okay. It's okay. Again, annoying that Friday we couldn't have some 20, 30% move. We did lose overall. We did, definitely. And then I still thought that it was possible that miners just have a massive update. But when you see silver down heavy by the open, I knew that was impossible. Pre-market, though, it was not that bad, the losses. But by the time the market opened, anyway, 4% down is okay. If we reverse, it should be quite easy to crack 18 and run. If we go lower, it's hard to tell where the support is. Well, this is definitely a level, I think. We're not going there soon. 1450 maybe. Also here, it's pretty difficult. I don't know. It's probably best to watch silver there. Next one, CDE. That's okay. 4.5% for a minus 9% day. Kind of, I wouldn't say it's at support. I'm gonna have to redo these charts. This is a better one. On the way down, something like this maybe. That's quite far away. For the silver miners to drop another one or two levels, you're gonna need silver to just go into the 60s or something. I think they were really washed out today, and in some cases, down 4.5% is not the strongest drop, but I still think they're washed out. Heckler, that's okay. 5%, it's okay. EXK, they've all sort of got similar little patterns, don't they? Didn't close at low of day, down 4, 5%. You know, you have a strong update in silver. It's hard to imagine that right now, but I still think you need 1 or 2 days to sort of curl. And then you could easily be back at highs. Like after, well, not one, you could do it in one crazy day, but 2 to 3 days, you could be back even closing above making a new 52-week high. Although at that point, I think you're into the next year. So maybe it's the wrong way to put it, but you know what I mean. The juniors I'm not going to go through because it's just better to focus on the seniors and mid tiers. So there you go. Friday was ridiculous. It was annoying. I was really pissed. Obviously, the miners didn't go up the way they should have. Today they definitely went down, but they didn't go down as much as they should have. But overall, we still got robbed. And I look forward to tomorrow and the day after because I feel like the dust is settling. I don't even think we need heavy volumes to come in. I mean, the more volumes, the more credible the chart and the candlesticks. But I still think today we've kind of cleared most of the fog, the fog of trading. I think it's cleared. I'm still pissed though. The dust has settled and I remain pissed off, but it is what it is, and it's been great money this year, so I'm not gonna get too pissed off. So let's just see what happens tomorrow, right? Good luck.